a guide for how to play Quasimodo. Usually I like to edit my videos, but I'm too lazy, so you guys gonna witness an amateur video of me trying to explain this horrible character named Quasimodo, who's very bad at the game, and at the same time he's low-key good. So yeah, let's see how it's probably gonna take an hour to explain this character. Hopefully 30 minutes, because I don't want to be here talking about this character. Anyway, so let's get to it. Quasimodo is like a if or but character. If you do this, then you're able to do that. If you do this from this distance, then you're able to do that. Keep that in mind. Anyway, so his light punch is this one. His neutral light punch. It sucks. It's pretty slow on whiff, but if you manage to hit this on the opponent while blocking, if the opponent's blocking or gets hit by it, you're able to hit fast like this. And it can also be special cancel, EX cancel, and pretty much the same thing on block. So like this one right here. And you could do the same thing on block, keep in mind. Now next we're gonna focus on his down light punch, which is this one right here. He actually takes a step forward if you time your hits. And it can also be special cancel, EX cancel, same thing on super, and it works the same thing on block. So you guys gonna have a fun time. So you could pretty much do this. Oh, by the way, the light jab will be both cancel if you manage to, if the opponent blocks the jab, so keep that in mind. Other than that, that's the light jab. So let's focus on the heavy punch. Now the heavy punch is kind of awkward. It's not safe on block, but you could special cancel, EX cancel, and cancel the super, both hit and on block. And this attack you can probably jab 2 times, like this one. Let's see. And or you could just grab whatever is to you like. Same thing on crouch heavy punch. It hits the opponent once if it's far away, but if you manage to hit the opponent from a close range, then you hit him twice. And it can also be special cancel, EX cancel, and you can actually special cancel on super. Both this one and this one. And it works the same thing on block. So it sounds like I'm repeating myself because this is basically what the character was meant to play. He's able to pressure a lot real quick, especially if you manage to get this guy on blessed mode. If you're able to, then I'll give you a big clap on the back or a pat on the back. Anyways, let's get started. So now remember I tell you about the if and buts. If this lands, then you're able to do this. So this is the light kick, neutral light kick. If you manage to hit the opponent from a far distance, then you're able to connect the heavy punch, neutral heavy punch. Let's see. See what I mean? Let's try again. It's pretty awkward, isn't it? Not bad. Now, if you manage to hit him from like somewhere like right here, then you're able to kick him twice. Again, it's pretty awkward. There it is. And again, this attack could be special cancel, EX cancel. You could special cancel to super. It works the same thing on block. So you're pretty much gonna have fun with this guy. Oh, and it can also, if you manage to even hit this in general, you could just jab real quick, no matter what. Or you can use your unique command moves, which is 4 light punch. This one right here. Let me see, so you guys get an idea. That one right there. And that unique command move could also be Special cancel, EX cancel, same thing on super. Sadly, it requires a bold cancel if you're going to use anything that if the opponent's blocking. So keep that in mind. Anyways, that's the neutral light kick. Now his crouch light kick is a low attack, so the opponent has to block low or crouch down to block it. And it can also be special cancel, EX cancel, and pretty much just and special cancel to super works the same thing on block. Again, I'm repeating myself because that's exactly what it does. However, any attacks that are able to do this or this one, you're able to use one of your other special moves that requires a charge down attack. So it's pretty much more pressure to your opponent and more for you to have fun or struggle. Depends how you see it. Now next we're gonna focus on his heavy kick. Now his heavy kick is kind of awkward. His heavy kick does require both cancel on hit and on block. And the only reason why is asking you to do stuff like that is because this attack is actually pretty good. You're able to jump, you're able to special jump or jump cancel. Notice how I special jump real quick. Same thing on block. Let's see. So this attack is actually pretty good. You could do some launch combos, you could do some resets, but we're gonna get to that later on. And his down heavy kick is a knockdown. Again, any attack that requires a down heavy kick requires both cancel. You know, both cancel, meaning you gotta use one of your fortune meters on it, which is pretty bad. Unless you're gonna do one of them supers to add more pressure, which, if you can with this character. I'm not saying you can't, but if you can. But yeah, that's pretty much the neutral game. So let's focus on his, I don't know, his command moves. Yeah, let's focus on his command moves. Now again, his forward light punch is, again, it could be canceled to anything you want. If you manage to land it, then you're able to do that. Usually I recommend you doing this move if you're planning to grab your opponent, like this.
Give up already.
But yeah, that's pretty much what the forward light punch does. So next one, we're gonna get to the forward heavy punch. Now the forward heavy punch actually got some good poking distance, so you can fight your opponent on neutral. But keep in mind, it sucks. It requires bold cancel, and that's all you got to do. But this attack is actually very special. Now let's say if the opponent's, let's say you manage to hit the opponent on counter. Boy, you're gonna have a fun time. So you can do this. You see what I just did there? All because of that bold, all because of that cancel or that counter attack. You're able to do some fun things. So you got plenty of options. If this land, then you're able to do this type of thing. I mean, you get the idea. There's plenty of choices you could do.
Not yet.
You guys get the idea. So don't sleep on this attack. If you manage to counter on this attack, you're gonna do some damage. But sadly, that's the only counter attack he can do. So yeah, he sucks now. Now, forward light kick is an overhead. If the opponent is crouching, you know, bam, you can special cancel. Sadly, the only thing you can special cancel is grab or your super. This attack is also an overhead, so if the opponent's just crouching low attacks, you know, again, special cancel.
Give up already. Not yet.
This attack is pretty slow, so keep in mind. You gotta be very quick about it. And the opponent could jab out of it. Next one is gonna be... Now this one, it could go through some certain projectiles. Down forward like kick. And I think it does require a bow cancel. Let's find out. Yeah, it requires a bow cancel to special cancel, EX cancel, or anything on super. So as long as you have the meter, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Again, this goes under under some certain projectiles. Not all of them. Like Dr. Hyde, he's able to like throw low attacks or low projectiles. So keep that in mind. And it's a good poking distance. It's pretty far. You can get close to start pushing your opponent. Keep in mind, some characters have very good recovery, like Radaganda, which is very broken. Ursaben, Caleb's. Those characters are able to recover real quick. Even Talisa is able to recover real quick. So you're already not safe, and you gotta like grab right away or do something. Anyways, let's focus on the next command move. Oh, this one. This one is I can't explain what the heck this is, but it's an air attack. It does hit twice. It can hit the first attack or second attack. And you could connect to, it could be combo, but again, it doesn't have no purpose whatsoever. Use it, but use it for if the opponent is jumping. That's what I recommend. And you actually recover fast, so you're able to do some, you know, cross-ups, other stuff you could think of. And this one, how do I say it? Let's say if your opponent's going to do an anti-air or something, down heavy kick will be your helpful. So let's say your opponent's about to throw, like, he was about to throw a projectile and you decide to jump, but the opponent tricked you by doing some anti-air. You could just do this and punish him afterwards. And it could be a good pressure move too. So like,
not yet.
you get the idea. Hold up. You know, you could trick them, then hit the low attack. I know it sounds pretty awkward, but yeah, this is Quasimodo right here. This right here, he's able to wall jump, so you get the idea. So I don't need no further explanations on this. And for some reason, he's able to wall jump on the air. Let's see.
Over here. Over here.
If I could reach that.
Over here.
But yeah. And his last unique move, which is a grab. If you press the grab button and then press whatever distance you want. Only on the air though.
Over here.
So you can pretty much get this.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Just slow.
And it does hit the opponent too, by the way. So you can pretty much do this.
Over here.
It does like 5 damage on the hit, but it sucks, dude. Whatever you do, do not use this. Do not use this at all. It doesn't matter if you can manage to connect this. Unless you're gonna do that, because you could do some crazy resets on this. See what I mean?
Over here. Got you.
Not yet.
Over here.
But whatever you do not hit your opponent
Over here.
on this. It sucks, dude, because you'll get super punished on block or on hit. You get punished by this, so you gotta use one of your bold cancels or something for it to be workful.
Over here.
You can hit it, it's all good, but now you gotta block. If you manage to hit this on the opponent, you gotta block now. You're not safe on hit no more. And this thing does have an awkward cross-up like this level, which is the most brokenest thing to do. It does connect if you manage to get them at a, if you manage to get your opponent on a certain angle, but only on cross-up. It's pretty awkward, man. But whatever you do not use this attack on hits. Only use it to run away, to do some resets, or to try to get in. Whatever you do, don't hit the opponent on this, okay? That command move sucks ass, bro. Alright. Finally, we're gonna get to the jump attacks. This is his light kick. You have to hit him at a very certain distance. It's pretty awkward. I think the opponent could crouch on it, meaning I won't do any damage if he's crouching. Let's see. Ooh, you have to hit him at a certain angle too. Heavy version is pretty cool. You could pretty much connect any other attacks if you manage to land, and you can do more pressure if the opponent blocks. So like this. You got the idea. Same thing with the heavy punch. Light punch. However, neutral heavy punch and neutral heavy kick. No, I think it's neutral heavy punch. Yeah, okay. So, neutral heavy punch is the only one that's very unique. You can actually hit the opponent twice. Or one time, depends. And you can pretty much connect to whatever move you want. However, most of Quasimodo's jump attack is able to cancel, to special cancel, such as this one right here. Like down forward punch or down forward heavy punch. So you can pretty much do this. However, neutral heavy punch will not work. It requires both cancel. Alright, now let's focus on the running attacks. So, running jab. It's like a Blanca move. You know, instead of charging up, you could just... It got some good distance too. However, you're not safe from if it's whiffed, so keep that in mind. But if you manage to hit it, you could special cancel using one of your air attacks. See what I mean?
Over here.
How do I say it? It's also safe on block too. However, it does require both cancels, so keep that in mind.
Over here.
Oh, never mind. That's actually pretty good. You can actually do more pressure now.
Just slow. Just slow. Got you.
Alright, next is the heavy punch. It hits the opponent 3 times, depends from a far distance. If it's close, it's 3 times. Far away, you could probably hit him once or twice. You could bold cancel on the first 2 hits. The third hit is a knockdown, keep in mind. So 1, 2, 3.
Not yet.
You get the idea.
Give up already.
Not yet.
Now we're gonna focus on the running heavy punch. Running heavy punch is kind of weird. How do I say it? It jumps some projectiles. Keep in mind, it could jump over low attacks and mids sometimes. And at the very end, it hits the opponent on the low. And it does require bolt cancel, EX cancel. In other words, it requires bolt cancel. So as long as you have the fortune meter, you can pretty much cancel to anything. Now I'm kind of curious. Can I even counter to this? Let's see. Nope. Oh yeah, you can. You could just pretty much jab on this one.
Give up already.
There it is.
Not yet.
And last but not least, running light kick, I think. Alright, y'all, you guys gonna have so much fun. Now, running light kick goes through projectiles, it goes through attacks, physical attacks, and projectiles. Meaning if your opponent is doing some certain attacks, for example. That's pretty awkward.
Die, monster.
Yikes.
The rage in my blood.
That's it.
In other words, it could go through anything. It could go through projectiles, any physical attacks. It could go to some certain supers, keep in mind, but you get the idea. That's if you want to like get into your opponent real quick. I wish this attack wasn't a running attack, because you do have to wait until your character's on a running animation for you to do any dodging attacks or dodging moves. But it's pretty good. It's also good if the opponent's blocking on this, and then you can use one of your bolt cancels to do this. You know, to add some pressure. And I think that's all the running attacks. Alright, so we're gonna get to the special attacks. Let's see. This one. So if you charge, I don't know, like for 2 or 3 seconds, then you press forward punch, you get this. If you get the heavy version, your opponent, no, your character goes to the other side. So, yeah. You guys get the idea. And if the opponent is blocking, nothing's gonna happen. You just hit them. You know, good. It has some good range. Keep in mind. So that's pretty good. Keep in mind, you gotta charge the attack. So if you stop charging, then you're pretty much screwed. Next one is gonna be the down forward punch. Now, this is gonna be more fun too. So if you're in the air and you press down forward punch, you get this one. This is the light punch version. It's a good anti-air, and you could hit the opponent on neutral. Like, you could cancel to this real quick. See what I mean? Instead of like charging the attack for 2 seconds, then do this, you can just do it right away. Is it an overhead? Let's find out. I actually don't know, which I'm kind of curious. Oh, sad. If this attack wasn't not an overhead, Debs or whoever's still working on this game, if you guys manage to put this as an overhead, then this character is top tier.
You're slow. You're slow.
But it depends. Depends. The heavy version is like a diagonal down angle.
You're slow. You're slow.
You could do some combos like this,
You're slow.
or you could do some bold cancels to that.
You're slow.
You guys get the idea. It depends. It depends how you want to use it. But you know, that special move is a good way to check your character or to check your opponent. Like, you know, check him if he's not blocking or check him if he's blocking. Next one is gonna be the, let's see. Oh, here's another way you could connect a combo. The heavy attack, which can be attacked with this. So it's a good way to do some combos. Next, we're going to focus on down charge kick. Now, down charge kick is kind of awkward. So, you hold for 2 seconds, 1 and 2. And then up kick. 1 and 2. You could hit your opponent if you're really close. You could hit him as an overhead. It all depends how you see it. And the heavy version, he jumps back and hits the opponent like Blanca. It could be a cross-up. So let's say you manage to hit your opponent like this. So like, bam. Oh my gosh, this character is very awkward. Bam, that's a cross-up. And it's not good. They both suck, but you got options, you know? Let's see. Alright, now last but not least, the command grab. Down forward grab, which you get this one right here. It hits 3 times.
Give up already.
But if you smash the light punch, heavy punch, kick, or it doesn't matter, as long as you spam one button, you get this one. Remember, if you stop at one point or lose your tempo, then the combo's gonna stop. You can only go up to 5 hits. So if you got like a very fast finger, then you can actually do some damage without requiring doing, like, you don't need to do some badass combos to do more damage. As long as you know as long as you have a fast finger.
Not yet.
But yeah, that's pretty much the command move. Finally, we're gonna focus on the EX moves. Charge back EX. Hold for 2 seconds, 1 and 2, and forward. It does a knockdown. Same thing with the charge down EX, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Another knockdown. And you could combo to any other attacks you want. Same thing with the air attack, down for EX. You get the, instead of this version, you get this one. Again, another knockdown. So most of the EX requires do some knockdowns. And the only reason you want to do that is you want to get some of your gray health back, which I'll explain that later on. Probably on another video.
No.
But yeah, that's pretty much the EX. Alright, now we're gonna focus on his, how do I say it? His supers or his decimations. His decimation 1 is kind of like a King of Fighters move. You know how King of Fighters is able to EX cancel and then start doing other attacks? It's kind of like the same thing. Let's say this. You guys get the idea. So let's say I do an overhead, then I use the, you know, the how do I say it? Then I use the decimation 1 or super. You're pretty much plus, dude. So let's say if the opponent's blocking, right? You can pretty much do some pressure to your opponents. However, you can't do another super while the bell's still there. So it's kind of like a bad thing. And then bam. You know, do some pressure. I don't know how to do some pressure on this character. I'm just showing you. I'm just giving you some ideas for y'all. Again, think of it as an EX cancel. If you ran out of ideas for combos, you could pretty much. Let's see. Let me try to get some. I'll give you a basic one, like this one. Look. You guys get the idea. I try my best to combo, but that's some type of pressure. His level 1 decimation is able to, you know, make the walls jump high. So you can pretty much jump around on that tiny bell. And the opponent, well, it depends on which opponents too. If you got another Quasimodo, he could pretty much jump around your bell too. So yeah, it's like a monkey business in there. And last but not least, his down back grab. His down back grab sucks, dude. I mean, it does a lot of damage, but you can't be this close.
This will show you.
You gotta be like right here. You literally gotta be in his grill. So a good way to end your combo is the heavy punch. That's it. Or kick.
This will show you. Take this! You won't just push me around.
Alright, let's try to do some combos. Let's see. You could do something like that. Actually, I'm gonna put some fortune meter up so we could do some ideas. So you could pretty much cancel to the heavy version. Or you could do some down heavy punch like this one. Let's see. There it is.
Give up already.
You know, it's pretty decent.
Not yet.
Over here.
You could do some resets on that.
Over here.
Let's see.
Not yet.
Over here. Over here.
You could do a cross up.
Not yet.
So this one's pretty fun. You could just like, let's say you want to go to the right or left, you could just trigger. Oh, change your mind. Oh, going to the other side. This side. You know, you got plenty of options to do.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here.
And you could do some resets, stuff like that. But that's some ideas I could give you for Quasimodo. Again, this guy does suck. However, his blessing is kind of badass. You could do something like this.
You're the best.
This will show you. You think you can just laugh at me? You won't just push me around.
Not yet.
Now I know what you guys thinking, and this is probably the main problem for Quasimodo. You guys ever notice I'm not doing a lot of damage at all whatsoever? I mean, look at this.
Blessed.
Like I'm not doing jack shit to this guy. Like what the heck is going on? Why I'm not doing damage?
Give up
Not
already.
yet.
Got you.
You're the best.
You're slow.
Like, what's going on? So this is pretty much the letdown on Quasimodo. He's able to do some cool stuff, but he can't do damage. There is another special cancel I could do, blessed cancel, but it requires big characters like this boy right here. So give me a sec.
Quasimodo. Adam.
You could probably do some stuff like this. Let's see.
Blessed.
Oh, damn it. Oh my gosh, it's pretty awkward. I haven't done this combo in a while, but you could pretty much do this.
You're the best.
Oh no. Let's try again.
Blessed.
You guys get the idea. But again, it sucks. Quasimodo sucks at this game.
You're the best.
And I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what else I could talk about this character.
Blessed.
This will show you. Take this. You won't just push me around. You're slow. You're slow.
Let's see. Change this back.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Calls.
Leave me alone.
This is his boat counter.
Leave me alone.
If you manage to hit this, you get a whatchamacallit. You could pretty much special cancel to any air attacks you could think
Leave
of.
me alone. Leave me alone.
which is pretty much equal here. Ooh. Let's see. Alright, now next we're gonna get to his sigil. His sigil does pretty much the same thing. So you could use like 2 special attacks. Not the 2 special attacks, but like 2 supers. So you could do something like this. Let me see. Wham.
Got you. This will show you.
I try my best to combo, but you guys get the idea.
This one will hurt. You won't just push me around.
But I hope this is a good example of how to play Quasimodo. Again, Quasimodo is not the best in this game. The only reason he's not good is because he can't do enough damage. And yeah.
Give up already.
You're strong.
Don't
You know, you guys get the idea.
here. Just slow. Just slow.
But hope you guys have a great day. Hope this video even helped on this stupid guy for Quasimodo. And yeah, see you guys next time. This is Super Roboto walking off. Actually, yeah, I'm walking off.